Hello, this is Brother Nerd Madness, and in today's episode we're going to be working on the Pirates ride. And also, in the last episode we were doing a showcase of all of the park, and I also just realized that I forgot to show you a little bit of more of Nightmare Before Christmas and Grinch and SpongeBob. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get right into it. And I hope you guys enjoy. So if you come over here, this is the Grinch, a better look at it. I did not give you guys a full POV of the showcase of Grinch, so I decided to come back and do a little bit of showcase of the Grinch before we get into the speed build of the Pirates ride, and also a more showcase of SpongeBob and a more showcase of Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is the queue of the Grinch, and over here it says what's down must come up, exclamation point. And down here just a bunch of things that make you feel like you're in Whoville and Snow Rocks. And then right when you get into the platform it says dunk and grip, and that is a little view of the end of the splash right when you get off the slide. So I will be giving you also guys a full POV of this ride and the full POV of SpongeBob, because these are the only two slides that are actually fully finished. So I will be posting I'll be showing you guys a POV here soon. But before we do those POVs, let's come over here and look at Nightmare Before Christmas. So I also want to tell you that the rocks that we just passed, I made them black to blend into the snow, we don't feel like we're at the Grinch. So I wanted to hide all of that. So in the queue over here, since we're going a little bit too fast, next time I'll slow down the speed. But over here I just made it look like you're in Nightmare Before Christmas. There's a coffin right there, a bunch of knives and axes on the wall that make it look like you're in the, Nightmare Before Christmas, the actual movie. And over here is the station, and I decided to go with an X Dimension coaster, the same coaster they have at Six Flags Magic Mountain, called X2. And this is the exit taking you to the end. And over here is SpongeBob, and this is the Krusty Krab. I wanted to make it look like you're actually in the Krusty Krab, because it is small on the cartoon, so I wanted to make it small as possible. This is the kitchen that SpongeBob worked in. There's a little window, the view of the water slide. This is for the person that works back here and cooks, so he has a nice job. 2 benches inside, even though there's more in the show, but that's okay. And this is one of the queues to get up to the first slide, and that is SpongeBob and Patrick. And I wanted to create a slide off the show and make it look like basically the theme here is the Chump Bucket Plankton is his whole restaurant is on legs, and he has all bunch of arms that come out, and he's taking SpongeBob's house, Patrick's house, and Squidward's house, and he's gonna be taking it, and he's gonna take him off the cliff to rock bottom. And that was the whole ideal for them, the whole story of this water slide adventure. So the first slide that we're gonna be going on, as you can see, there's a Chump Bucket. It's lifting SpongeBob's house, Salt Patrick's house, the rock, and like I said, Squidward house. And this is the entrance to the water flume. And and then also I really enjoyed working on this creation, because I always wanted to do a water slide like the one at Nickelodeon. I don't know what it's called, but it's something Nickelodeon. It's a theme park in Florida. I'm not really sure on that. I'm not really sure on the name. But anyways, that's where I was going for. But I wanted to make it more my style, and it came out great. I really liked my story, my theme, and then over here you could see the ghost pirate. He's just showing up at rock bottom, and then I also made Squidward right there out of art shapes. And here's Squidward again. I made SpongeBob, I made Squidward, I made Mr. Krabs, Patrick, and I pretty much made everything here. Nothing is off the workshop. All of this is that's all I created. This is me. I created all of this. And that's the road that I just showed you to, the road that actually takes you to rock bottom. I wanted to put a road there to make it look like the actual road off the show. And if we just jump down to first person view, this is a look at the splash pad. I also wanted to put a splash pad around it, and also a little splash pad inside it, so you can see everything that's going on. All this madness going on, it's insane. I really loved how this came out. Very good. I'm proud. And here's a nice other view of the outside of it. And now here's a POV of all the slides that are done, and that is the Grinch and SpongeBob. So I really do hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in a bit, and we'll get right to the speed build right after these two POVs. Thank you. Enjoy. So that is it for the SpongeBob ride and the Grinch. So I hope you guys enjoy those two POVs. And now let's get into the speed build of the ride that I want to call Pirates of the Caribbean. But I don't want to copy Disney, so I'm gonna have to come back to you guys on that in the next time when I actually come up with names of my rides that I don't know yet. But I will come back to you on that one. So for right now, let's just get into the speed build. Right now I'm just laying down a bunch of pirate scenery pieces so I can see what I can do with the building that I want to create. I already have something in mind, but first I like to lay them down just so I can take my ideas and bring them to life. So that's what I'm doing right now, just looking through the whole scenery theme by going to the search tab and just by searching only pirates. And that's one of the options that we have in Planet Coaster 2 and 1, and I'm very happy that we do have those options because it makes building so much easier, so you can just find things, and it's so you don't have to go to all and it'll take you forever just to scroll down a bunch of different scenery pieces. So having that option on this game makes building so much easier and simple. So all I'm doing now, since I got them all laid out flat on the grid, and also that's another thing that I'm very, very happy about, and a lot of people are happy about it as well that play Planet Coaster around the world, and that is the ability to rotate grid items, building pieces now. Even though we already could do that with the non-grid, and that's how a lot of people were making their buildings curved and crooked and whatever you want to do, that's how they were doing it before, and just mashing with the grid pieces. So I think that's really cool. But having non-grid pieces, it's kind of cool too, because you never know, you might need them. So anyways, I'm just taking these trim roofs pieces and putting the corner pieces on, flipping this finally, and we can finally do this. That's why I love it, because this piece right here we do not have with a non-grid, but we only have it with a grid piece. But now we are able to flip that grid piece, so that really came in handy to do that. Kind of makes it a lot easier to do that section of the building, because back a while we'll have to use a non-grid piece and scale it down and turn it, and, or use arch shapes or any kind of building piece that you guys are doing. That's how we were able to do it before, but now we aren't able. We don't have to do that anymore. So now I'm just taking these flat roofs, stone flat roofs, putting them in so I can cover up the roof. I will be taking that other roof trim that's inside there, and longer in the episode. I didn't even realize it was in there, but that's okay. I'm gonna move it out after I'm done placing these last trim pieces on both of the sides of the roof, and just basically just taking all the stuff I can find, just figuring it out and trying to see if I can make this building real and believable as possible. And that's what you see here. Now I'm just moving it up so I can take my other pieces that I've created, all these wall pieces with the strubber pieces, as I call them, scaffolding, that's what they call them, but strubber is scaffolding to me, is strubber, because it just makes it more believable. Because if you just had a plain wall, it's just gonna look plain and boring. Sometimes it's good to have texture and scaffolding and roof corner pieces, trim works, columns, that kind of stuff, light work, windows, all that just makes a building pop way more and feel more wonderful and amazing to look at. I can literally go to a theme park and be there all day, stare at roller coasters, look at the not just the rides but roller coasters, but I also like to look at the waterfalls, the water slides, the restaurants, the buildings, the architecture around the theme of the rides. That's the best part about theme parks, to be honest, is the theming. If you just have a roller coaster in the park with a bunch of trees and rocks, I would probably not ride it. It has to have stuff, mountains. It has to go through stuff like the new stuff that they have nowadays, like Colossal Coaster at Universal Studios Florida and Hagrid's roller coaster bike adventure ride. Those are all themed. They're going through animatronics. They're going through ruins, like, and caves, smog wrapped. They have things around them depending on the theme, like say Jurassic World, the Colossal Coaster. There's, of course, it's going to have raptors, so the theme is raptors, so it's going to have raptors, and raptors live in the Jurassic period, so they're going to go have caves, waterfalls, big trees that don't even exist anymore, that are long gone. Pretty much their raptors' habitat that they lived in, they had trees and bushes that we don't even have anymore because they're extinct. So whatever theme you guys are going for, that's what they're gonna do, and that's what they're gonna use, and that's exactly why I love to go to theme parks and just see all the different ideals and looks of everything, so I can play my game and just get good, wonderful ideals. And even though these ideals that I have are nothing like the parks that are around the world, like Universal, Six Flags, Disneyland, I don't want to copycat anyone. I want to do it my way, right? So who wouldn't want to make a theme park and do it what they want to do in their take, their looks, their dream park is the best way to say it. So all I'm doing right now is just taking that building, like I said, and with the new update we're allowed to rotate it. So I rotated that building and I'm just placing a bunch of rocks down, and I'm mixing it with the black and the taija and the pirate rocks. The pirate rocks are the black ones and the taija are the gray, and I think I mixed a few with temperate as well. And I took a bunch of water shaped pieces and put them on a rotator, made them spin, so right when they come down to that first drop and they go around, it's gonna make it look like they're about to get sucked up into a whirlpool, and that's what I'm going for there. And now I'm just placing down a bunch of wall pieces just to cover up this floor, and just put some wall pieces into the height of that building structure that I put up there as well. I made one straight up building, and I made one falling down, because a lot of the movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, I noticed that some of their movie scenes, they have the ships, and if you try to get the treasure, it'll rotate. And a lot of those boats are like off cliffs and they're falling down. They're like they're about to fall. So I didn't take a ship. I took a building, a pirate building, and instead of a ship falling down, I made a building falling down between a bunch of rocks and a whirlpool, because I'm thinking pirate. So pirates, whirlpools, fallen buildings, rocks that make you feel like you're in the cliffs of the ocean, like dark medieval cliffs, like pirate cliffs. Think of like medieval cliffs, like vampire, because even vampire movies, like, they have cliffs where it looks scary, and like if you look down, there's a bunch of water and scary stuff going on. So, but that's pretty much it. So if you guys liked my video, I will see you guys in the next one. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I hope you guys liked my video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.